All right. So I'm Alex. I'm the owner of Happy Hour Pilates. We have been in business now since December of 2024. Um, we are working hard to potentially look to expand our space. So we are excited about that, and that's something to maybe keep on the horizon for us. Um, and yeah, we are located at 445 North Walnut Street, downtown ish. And we do both reformer and mat Pilates here at the studio.
What originally pulled you to the world of Pilates, and was it like a moment where you were like, "This is my thing. Like I'm gonna start doing this," or what was it?
Good question. So when I was younger, growing up, I was an athlete throughout my whole middle school, high school. I was a volleyball athlete, but even younger, I was a gymnast and a dancer. So I've lived almost multiple lives. Like my youngest life was like gymnast, dancer. I was a volleyball athlete in college. I played for 5 years at Lindenwood. And then after that, I was always looking for something to kind of like fill my cup in a way that was challenging. And I love exercise, which is something that everything else kind of was always entangled with, you know? So once I graduated, I was simply working at a lot of different studio spaces for fitness, not pertaining to Pilates, more so other fitness studios that did like body weight, lots of weight training, lots of HIIT, like high intensity interval training, lots of cardio, like cycling and treadmill stuff. So I've tried a ton of different things. Um, and when I finally experienced Pilates was actually at my home on YouTube on the floor, and I did like a 15-minute class, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I had to stop every 5 minutes just to catch my breath and take a second. And that's kind of like where it transpired. And then I kept consistent with it because it was really challenging. But I always felt extremely good after the fact. And then from there, I just started to see a lot of things in my life improve. Like my volleyball, I play recreationally at a couple local places here in town. And just my ability, like my reflexes, my flexibility, my mobility, all of it was better than what it was when I was in college. So I felt like I was a better athlete. I'm more graceful. I can balance myself better. I'm strong in the sense that I can carry the 60-pound dog around for a while and not hurt my back. And so once I realized just how transformational it was for me, I was just even more excited to share it with other people.
What are you hoping to bring to Springfield with this second location?
So my goal with location two would be to allow for more specialties to be really honed in on and focused on. With one studio space, we work with, certain times, the busiest times we have, one class running at a time, so we can't utilize multiple groups at a time. Pilates is so beneficial for everyone when it comes to athletes, when it comes to senior citizens who, are just wanting to be able to get out of bed easier and things like that. So we work with such a large variety of people. Like post and prenatal is also huge. So I think that by allowing our second location to be here or to be around, we'll be able to utilize the same group classes where we can get people in, but then also we can specialize for the people that maybe don't feel comfortable in a space in a group atmosphere where they're not focused on. So we can focus for more senior citizen classes, we can focus on athletes, we can focus on post and prenatal. Like there's so many categories that Pilates really emphasizes for a better living for everyone, that I think by allowing the separate space we'll be able to do that.
What challenges did you face while planning to expand?
I'm busy. There's a lot going on in my brain all the time. I have a hard time asking for help and knowing where to like give tasks to people that like I should be focusing on my craft and letting the others focus on their craft to help amplify my business. So I think that's one thing that I am still working on and still trying to understand and get a grasp with. But really, I mean, there's just a lot of hoops you have to, jump through to sign a lease, to find a space that is going to accommodate for everything that you want. Whether it be, there's so many thoughts when you're opening a new space that you want to accommodate for location, you want to make sure the space is large enough, ceilings, and all those little details. When you're working in a city like Springfield and like with locations like we are, it's harder to find, you know? So I think that it was challenging at first to find and lock down a location that I was excited about. And yeah, so now that we have passed that, it is daunting, but it's like, we just did this last year, you know? I feel really confident that once we're putting walls up in this space, we'll be able to get everything up and running pretty quickly. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
What's one thing you wish everyone understood about Pilates and the benefits of it?
The main thing I would love for people to understand is that it is for everybody. And I think a lot of people don't trust that or feel intimidated to come into a space that feels very niche and like maybe a little feminine, you know, which I think it's great to have feminine energy, but I think men coming into the studio, it's really beneficial, and they feel the difference, they see the difference after one class. So I would say overall that my biggest goal would be Pilates is meant for everybody. It doesn't matter where you're starting, if this is your first time working out or if this is your first time just trying something that's like really new and not what you're used to. That our studio is really set on making you feel comfortable and making you feel supported, and making sure that you understand that you know, like you leave feeling like you were challenged, but you were able to accomplish what you did. So we're planning to open Studio 2 in January of 2026, and it's located at 3259 Ginger Creek Drive, right next to Vine and Rind, and just a couple spaces down from Potter Drug.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Last question. What would you tell any other entrepreneur looking to open, their own business and start something, from their passion?
Yeah, I think for me, I never in a million years would have expected to be sitting where I'm at, especially at my age. But sometimes you're given certain paths that you just have to either embark and embrace or decide that it's not your thing. And I had built such an amazing community when I was doing this just as a part-time job while I had a full-time job doing medical sales. And the impact that it made on my life overall was tremendous. So when the opportunity arose for me to create a similar safe space, but then to emphasize and do it to me even better, it just seemed like a no-brainer, So I would suggest finding what you're passionate about, or allowing yourself to find the hobbies and stuff to continue to find what it is that you love to do and what you are passionate about. And then the rest is kind of just like, it just will line up for you. You're just going to find your way to get there. Gotcha. You'll make it work. You'll ask the questions. And if anyone ever is watching this and wants my opinion, please feel free to reach out.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.